Hi everyone, I'm Nix and today we're chilling with The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. We're off to talk to Regis and I'm in desperate need of a haircut. My fringe is bugging me. So if you see me messing around with it constantly, that's why. I will cut it after this.
Scrub often. You'll soon
Sure. See, okay, we could take the bus, but we are very new in these here lands. And thus, I think it would be perhaps a smidge more appropriate to take Roach so that we may come across things and places as we go. Oh, that's what that building is. It's the orphanage. We're off to the morgue. No, not the morgue. The graveyard, which is interesting. Isn't that where we met Regis in the first place? Is that dog okay? In a graveyard, or am I making things up? Ooh, San Sebastian. I have notes. Because of course I do. For a start, to answer my own question from part 1, I think, the body in the nets was in one piece. It had to be cut up to be removed from the nets. Which is why I'm confused why Geralt was confused why it was in...
That's it, Roach.
Pieces, because I swear it was told to us by the fisherman. Also, thank you very much to the commenter who said that it was the fisherman, not the innkeep. I was very confused. Number 2, Linnis, the innkeep's daughter, was the bruxa, or they thought it was the innkeep's daughter, but they were wrong. They were just distracted. Unsure. Number 3.
Whoa!
Was the hand Detlef's? Because he had the same kind of nails, but why was the hand disembodied? I mean, pretty much disembodied, let's be honest here. Also, number 4, I think Palmerin de Launfal saw the smoke when Regis left through the window. I think Palmerin saw that, but he didn't say anything. Does that mean that he knows something? Or does that just mean nothing? I don't know. Also, Detla said, did they send you after me? They seems to be different from... Oh.
Hey there.
Oh, here we are. They, to me, seems to be different from the Duchess, etc. So I wonder what that's got to do with anything. Oh yeah, the other thing was that I kept hearing meows. It wasn't a cat, it was a peacock. I feel real silly about that. Okay, last but not least, before we go in here, I wrote down the chivalric code, the creeds, which was honour, wisdom, generosity, valour and compassion. You know how I said there's one more that hasn't been done yet? It's compassion. Delacroix was generosity, with the crowns down his throat. Ramon de Lac was wisdom. Sleeping on the job kind of thing. Not very wise to be sleeping, apparently. Crespi was honour against the town pillory. And then, last but not least, Milton de Peyrac-Peyran was valour. Found with the mask. I want to know who the last one is. I have a feeling... Excuse me? I have a feeling it might be Palmerin.
Regis. Couldn't have picked some other place to meet.
I mean... Wait. What? Is it just the door? Just the door? Just the door. Okay. So I'm very intrigued how this conversation is going to go.
Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be another way in around here.
Could it be that other entrance marker, perchance? Find a way into the crypt. I want to have a little look around. Why are there ghouls here? Oh. Fried chicken looking thing. Anyway. Yeah, so that's my thoughts. All I know for sure is that There's one left, and Detlef confirmed that as well. Annabella and Guidon de la Tour, art patrons killed by a poison apple. Snow White? Snow White's been mentioned... Oh dear. Been mentioned once already, so I wonder... There seems to be something going on here. Hey, look! Hello.
Kiki Moors. Got victuals aplenty around here.
Ow!
How you like that silver?
I'm just going to keep spamming at this point. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, let me out. Let me out. You need to... give me a break. Seriously, I can't do anything.
Damn it.
Ow. This is frankly rude. Oh, my toxicity's real high. Why? Why is my toxicity really high? Can I eat food? What
Kiki
is
more eggs.
that?
Need to incinerate these to ash.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I didn't realise... How did my toxicity level get that high? I swear I've only had...
Stench.
What is hissing? Really haven't had that much. What is hissing? That's one more. Are we quite done? Oh, no, no we're not.
Shit.
Oh yeah. I didn't realise this was going to happen. Oh, ow, Geralt. Oh no, my toxicity level's really high. Ah! Oh, Geralt, oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh good, I had points. Oh my goodness. My toxicity level isn't going down. What is happening? Do I need to nap? Should I nap? I'm gonna nap. Okay, we're back to normal now. What is hissing? Pray tell. I only assume this is the way into the crypt. Yes, it is. Okay. Are you sleeping in a coffin? Is that why? Oh, there he is.
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Detlef wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us.
Okay.
Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Is it the hand?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out. A bruxa had taken an interest in it.
Yeah, who is the bruxa? That's a sniff. Is it silver?
It's Detlef's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
But why? What's the ring got to do with anything?
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Detlef. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
What do you want to use the hand for?
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Detlef was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Detlef's hideout.
That would be very helpful.
Can't you just summon Detlef? You're both hired vampires, there's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Detlef. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. The very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
I mean, sounds like fun to me personally, but understood brew the decoction.
Kovinaris spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Detlef's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were cold to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
Is there lava involved in this help, or is it going to twitch again? Is it going to start crawling around? Is it going to, like, make its way back? What? Yeah. Do you have raven friends? Because that's cool. I've always wanted to make friends with a raven.
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned, him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time, nonetheless, so perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
I mean, honestly, when do I not need a nap? But also, I've just taken a nap, so let's drink.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
So, think you've set a nice little trap for me? Sorry. Want to get me to confess? Gonna have to try harder.
I love a challenge. In that case, my ears are cocked. What must I do?
How about you get the ball rolling? Reveal one of your secrets. Vampires, intriguing creatures, must lead fascinating lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Everything. This feels like old times. Oh. How are you healing? Handling abstinence, not drinking blood.
Got a new life, new body. That give you a new start, blank slate?
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities carry over.
Fair enough. Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
I'm glad to hear it, to be honest.
Not to worry, Geralt. Curiosity is a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
Genuinely one of my favourite characters from the books because of how intelligent he is, how much history he has behind him, how much he knows, and how he speaks. Do you remember that scene? Where were they all? They were all somewhere. I think they were all in Toussaint. And they were at a banquet. And I remember thinking to myself how much I wish I could have been sat with Regis to hear all these stories. What's regeneration like?
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, but Detloff recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
Seriously.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
Oh, yeah.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back. Actually, pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard.
Thanks, Regis.
We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
That feels like a prediction. Not a prediction, foreshadowing. I wonder if Regis is going to strike the last blow on Detlaff. Because if Regis dies from a strike from Detlaff, I'm going to be mad. I'm not crying again. I refuse. Where have you been? What have you been doing?
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering.
Absorbed.
As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand or move on my own. Detlaff bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon. enjoying my neighbour's respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. But what of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cyrilla?
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after. And when the time was ripe, she came back, defeated the Wild Hunt together.
Ooh. Seems I certainly missed quite a bit while I was absent.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now.
Interesting that he asked if we'd found Ciri. Because he found Ciri. I suppose he didn't see us reunite. But still, same place. What's it like being dead?
Gotta ask you the big question. One everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Dettlaff, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
Oh.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh, experience like that must be vicious.
Yeah.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do. The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
That's very philosophical talk. I think that's a weird outlook to not understand. As somebody who has 1,000 years to live, to not understand why someone who only has 20 or 80 would cling to all those years so much. Well, obviously, if you only had that small amount of time compared to you, why wouldn't they want to use those years properly? I don't know. I'm not going to talk later. Maybe there's something you want to ask me, something specific.
All right, give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say. But I shall do my best to make it count.
We're drinking a lot of this.
If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a witcher?
Huh. This is a really interesting question for Geralt. Because he stops being a witcher for a time. Quite a long time in the books. And then he starts to be a witcher again. And then he decides he doesn't want to be a witcher anymore. Yeah, when he was in Toussaint, he started taking on contracts again. And then right at the end, he decides he doesn't want to be putting his life at risk for somebody else anymore through like witcher contracts. And in fact, this is again going to be massive spoilers. Literally the last thing he did was put his life on the line yet again for somebody else, and that's how he pretty much died. So I feel like if he was reborn, whether or not he would end up back in the life of a witcher, I think he would prefer to be somebody else. He put that life behind him.
That's what interests you most? Whether I'd like to be a witcher again?
Many things interest me, but we've not much time left. Please answer.
Never chose to be a witcher. Fate chose for me. Had it been my choice, I'd have picked a different profession. A profession where I wouldn't have to risk my life every minute of every day. Maybe even one that had earned me some respect.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment.
Is it behind me? Oh. Oh! Oh, that's so cool. What did he say to you?
Ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
I'm going to say I appreciate the compliment.
Appreciate the compliment. Got something for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted wight. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted wight before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted wights. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the wight survived entirely unmolested.
What's this about a curse?
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or, perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something...
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Geralt, I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear. What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct, and a curse in one place. That a coincidence, or are they related?
Say related.
Professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the wight's saliva. Nothing beyond that.
What else do you know?
Wights rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted wight after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate, it's covered in spoons.
Spoons?
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm not the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted wight is a hoarder. Or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Does it like spoons?
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that wight. Uses it in its brews.
Do you imagine the wight will simply sell you some?
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands.
Ooh.
They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the wight to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
I mean, I might do that.
See you later.
Yes, till later. I shall start by perusing some tomes.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
Can I go through the tomes with you? Points. Oh, optional. Bring me some optional. Bring me some optional. Where is it? Spotted wights. Here we go. The best defense against spotted wights, stay calm and leave them alone. A fragment of a treatise on spotted wights by Roderick Gilligan. Spotted whites were a subspecies of white which the witches drove to extinction. That is a mouthful. They were larger than their unspotted kin and owed their names to their numerous blotches and effusions. Spotted whites would most often dwell in derelict cemeteries and empty wildernesses, yet at times took to living in abandoned human domiciles. There they would indulge in their greatest passion, creating brews from their own emissions. When not disturbed, spotted whites would not act aggressively. If threatened, however, they become very dangerous indeed. In the colder months, I've read this, or when faced with an unseasonable chill, they would slip into a state of lethargy, making them easy targets. Even during that active period, it is said that witches found a sure way of besting them, based around careful casting of the Erden sign, or at least so claims Witcher lore. Igni and Erden. Okay, I don't want to... Also, is it me or does it have a crown? Is that a crown of spoons? I feel like it might be a crown of spoons. Or leaves. But there seems to be a thing with spoons going on. I know that I should use my points. But if you came here thinking that I would use my points, you're severely mistaken. Tomasz Merevkin? Warrior, died fighting with word and blade. Tomasz or Thomas? Probably Thomas. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, known as the Big Prince, 1200 to 1244. Any more for any more? Oh. Charles Pejak felt 60% was not enough, so he gave 61%. Behold the result. Oh, that's funny. Stanislaus Yust produced a great deal and died of overproduction. Oh, whoever made these gravestones had a great time doing it. Oh dear, what's that? Nope. Nope. Run away. Run away. Run away. Run away. Run away. Run away. Not happening today. And I'm having a snack. And I'm calling Roach. Part of me wonders if the whole Raven thing was communicating with Detlef. But I'm choosing to trust our friend and believing that he wouldn't betray us. I really hope he wouldn't betray us. What's this little house? The soldiers. Are you making wine?
Scrawny, grey-haired, ill-favoured.
Do I look scrawny to you? If I look scrawny, I question the people you've seen.
Why do you stick around here like a pitchfork in a dung pile?
Rude. This is cool. Oh, there's a ruin over there. This? Maybe. Most importantly, though, to our right, there's a notice board.
If my lips don't
Run,
stink
Roach.
of wine, my
And I want to have a look at the notice board. Francollarts. I feel like I'm pronouncing everything wrong at the moment. The Scarlet Cardinal Inn. New marker notice board.
Me oh my! A witch fella.
Oh, which fella? Sorry.
Blind, are you?
Players of the one and only true Gwent wanted. That cocksucking Count Monier insists on fucking up Gwent, so I've decided to say fuck him and organise a tournament of my own. I cannot promise you all Monier's finery, for I ain't as rich as the bastard. You can be damned sure, however, that unlike at Monier's, we'll play the one and only true Gwent with no shitty Skellige faction. Yaki Rafferberg. I hope I can. Guide wanted. In my capacity as a scholar at the Imperial Academy, I have spent the better part of the last 2 decades studying ancient elven culture. My most recent research bears the working title, The Influence of Ancient Elven Architecture on Human Structures. I'm aware the Caraberta Woods have been classified as extremely dangerous by the Ducal Guard, but to a true scholar, the quest for knowledge is what matters most, more than even life itself. That's why I seek a local hunter or knight to be my guide and guard. Serious offers only. Respectfully, Johann Neskens. Why aren't these quests? Announcement from the Ducal Guard. Due to the Knights' tourney currently being held, it is kindly requested travellers do not provoke the Knights Errant nor challenge them to any duels. Non-adherents will be penalised. Deputy Commander of the Ducal Guard, Horace de Funes. The answer is no. DL. DL Dulac? Which one was Dulac? Shady dealings with the criminal underworld. Who's the one found sleeping? I reckon that must be Dulac. Or de Launfal? Armour at your service. Hey there, knight. Travelled from afar to visit our beautiful land. Your shiny armourer lose its shine en route, perhaps in one of those rowdy skirmishes you knights love to throw yourself into, paying no heed to how much your armour suffers as a result. Well, you're in luck, for no matter the cause or the extent of the damage, I can fix it. My prices are very reasonable, especially compared to those in Beauclair, while you'll be lucky to pay just an arm and a leg. Come see me, you won't regret it. Lucien the Armourer. Hortense Vineyard closed until further notice. During an attack by hideous creatures resembling overgrown insects, the owner of Hortense Vineyard sustained serious injuries. As the threat is still present, Hortense Vineyard will be closed until further notice. Our sincere apologies.
Can I shoot your crossbow?
Watch where you
No,
tread.
child. Did I get no new quest?
Hey, Edgar.
I mean, I'll take the question marks, but also I really wanted new quests.
Are the rumors
At least,
true? Are the elfin ruins?
does the innkeep have...
The north.
I'm not going to play Gwen.
Welcome to my...
Been on the road so
Shouldn't have
long,
skipped
don't
that.
know how
Don't know
to
why I
answer
did.
that. Let's just say I'm from the north.
Ah.
Is it true what they say about northern
the
women?
war, death, destruction all about?
Yeah.
Exaggerated. Not by much, though.
Oh, forgive my asking about thy family in Edern, see? So I'm curious. But please, do tell me what I can do for you.
Got a family in Aden, huh?
Mentioned you have a family in Eddern. Whereabout, if you don't mind my asking?
In Vengerberg? You've been there, perhaps?
Yeah, number of times. It's the hometown of my... of someone very dear to me.
Wife.
At any rate, pretty town, Vengerberg. Also didn't suffer too much during the invasion, from what I know.
Phew. That is a relief to hear. A weight off my shoulders, I tell you.
What do you have on offer?
Show me what you're selling.
None of them have... Okay. What I'm gathering is that the skellige deck is
Should
one
be going.
scattered into the four
Farewell.
winds. And the only way to get them is to play everybody. Is that the vibe? Because I found last time a quest that basically directed me to everybody who I could play Gwent against. Which is why I assume that's the case. Where's Roach gone? I don't know.
Myself, I like Count Monier's idea.
By the prophet's wounds. A witch.
You like Count Monier's idea. Okay.
Gwent is an old game.
Geralt. Roach even. Roach! Let's try that again, shall we?
Monsters are your catnip. Let is mine.
Can I... Geralt!
Giddy up.
My goodness, right. Let's get on with it. Excuse me! Oh, it's very misty. Oh, wild horses. Very misty. I do like it. Notice how we haven't really found any bandits. I wonder if that's the Knights Errant's jobs. Knights Errant... Because of the Knights Errant. Whoa, so this is the Caraberta Woods. Oh dear. We're gonna go this way. This way. Excuse me! This way. This way! Ah!
Bar guests. Never a good omen.
Yeah, we saw a Barghest. With the Wight, didn't we? What is a Barghest? What is a Barghest? Spectre? Barghest. Shun sin, renounce foul deeds, and if evil threatens to overwhelm your will, ponder the fate of the outskirts of Vizima. Remember the hideous Barghists which scourged them, and repent. Sermon to feast and funeral by the Reverend Yeoman of Tretigor. Folk of simple or superstitious minds claim committing particularly rotten acts will bring down the wrath of the gods in the form of Barghists, phantom dogs which stalk the roads at night. Even if this were their origin, Barghist saints and sinners alike would need fear Barghists. I think that meant to be, even if this were their origin, saints and sinners alike would need fear Barghists, for they attack both with equal ferocity. Witches rarely believe in the gods, but they do accept that Barghists exist and are always connected with some secrets of tragic events that happened in the past. Their explanation, however, holds that Barghists result from a curse or a concentration of ill will. Seems like it's more of a curse than an actual spotted waste. Or white, to me. I think there's something more. Are you okay? Something more going on here. There's a lot of foglets around as well. Also, this is a very haunted house. My goodness. Let's put that away. We don't want to approach aggressively, Geralt. Oh, he's bloody locked. Okay, that's okay. That's fine. We'll go the front way, which is probably the best way anyway. Spoons! Dogs? Is that a lot of Barghists? Oh yeah. Trastamara hunting cottage. Okay. Put in the sort of way again. Spoons. Spoons everywhere. Wooden spoons, silver spoons, flat spoons, ladles, all kinds of spoons.
Regis's raven wasn't lying. Spoons all over the place.
What's that down there? Look at that! There's a lot of Barghists. There's a lot. Oh my goodness. I probably should have come down here, but it was just curious to me how many there were. And if one Barghist is a sign of something terrible happening, or ill omen at least,
Damn, you're ugly.
then what does this many mean? Is my question. I'm just spamming at this point. They're unfortunately that easy to kill. Or fortunately, arguably. There's clearly something going on here.
Strange. Get a sense that the spoons are beating out some kind of rhythm. A message. Trying to tell me something.
The spoons are talking to you? That's a lot of spoons, Geralt. He's bloody locked. Something very... Yeah, what is that about? Is that just a rotting garden? Or something specific?
None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Sounds like a curse, all right.
Yeah, it does. What does that say, Carol? I can't read it. So just the same thing over and over again?
Somebody's clearly obsessed. Regis mentioned the place might be cursed. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look around.
Is the Wight not gonna be just chilling inside?
What a pigsty. Need to search it thoroughly.
Spoon.
Find a way to collect some white saliva. Wight's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred.
Spoon-obsessed. Spoon obsessed.
Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. No spoon you have shall sate you. Whatever lives here treated that literally. Still searching for the right spoon.
Still searching for the right
Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one.
There's a lot of things. Oh, spoon key!
Spoon key. Sophisticated crafting. Tag bears a description. Wight's a true collector. Skeletons. Doubt they came here willingly.
This certifies the item up for auction, an antique spoon key forged at the Christopherson and Sons workshop in 1210. Belongs to Smeagol Circus. As in Andy Circus? Smeagol? Owner of the Pheasantry. Isn't that one of the taverns in Beauclair? Smeagol
This
Circus.
have anything to do with the curse? None shall sit and dine with you at your table. It'd make sense.
So everyone who tried to has
Broken
died.
neck, indentation in the skull's lateral surface. Smacked in the head with something heavy. No claw or fang marks. Probably choked to death.
Oh goodness.
Right arm bit right off. Teeth all knocked out. Somebody tried to force feed him.
Bloody hell. Decaying letter. Dear Master Levasseur, I know you track outlaws for pay. I have an unusual assignment for you. No doubt you wonder why I have drawn you out here and why we cannot meet in person. You see, in my present situation, any kind of meeting is very risky, not so much for me as for the person with whom I meet. But I am afflicted by a curse, or, as I hope, and why I have turned to you, the side effects of a medicine given to me some time ago by a herbalist. Soon after I visited this herbalist, she disappeared without a trace. I desperately wish to understand my illness, so I wish to hire you to find her. When you do, learn as much from her as you can about the medicine she gave me. If my suffering is as a result of her wickedness, then make her provide an antidote. I assure you I have ample wealth and will reward you with no small part of it for your services. If it turns out my suffering is not the fault of the herbalist, please let her go. I will then have a different task for you, because this shall mean I am afflicted by a terrible curse which only the gods can cure. I believe it was cast upon me by a certain beggar who came to the manor while I was hosting a soiree for a few friends. If you can find that vagrant, I will pay you double. Sadly, all I remember of him is that he sold mirrors. Gaunter Dim, Master Mirror. I am aware this is not much aid for your hunt, yet I trust in your considerable talents and wish you the best of luck. Marlene de Trastamara. This is the Trastamara hunting cabin, right? They sold mirrors. Gnawed on spoon.
Woman's name scratched into this wooden spoon. Romantic.
So this Marlene clearly screwed over Gaunter when Gaunter came
Wight's
to visit.
obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred.
Yeah, you said that already. There's a way down. I don't want to go down. I want to go the other way first.
Smashed mirror. As if someone couldn't stand to look at themselves.
Oh, Gaunter. Gaunter, Gaunter, Gaunter. Do I have to challenge Gaunter again? Can you imagine? Okay. Let's go downstairs. Do you think this leads to the place which needed a key to unlock? I think we can agree this is not a Wight.
Actually does seem like a Wight's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here.
Chateau Montvaljean. Montvaljean like Jean Valjean? like Les Miserables? Do you showing me, Geralt? More spoons.
Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Cauldron I was looking for. Wight's not particularly tidy.
I don't think it's a real
Table's
Wight.
set. Wight who lives here is getting ready for some sort of feast. Wight that lives here, definitely afflicted by a curse. And it's been trying desperately to lift it. Another spoon.
Spoon.
Yep, just as normal as the last one. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. Regis needs some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer.
I don't want
Need
to
a
hide and
spot that'll
wait.
let me observe the cauldron.
I don't want to wait, Geralt. I want to know what's down here. Are you seeing this? Words of wisdom on beastly curses. Monstrous curses in their description. Introduction. Curses that change a fellow into a monstrous creature have existed since the dawn of time. They have a variety of origins and a variety of effects. It normally happens that a mage or a sorceress cast a curse and the spell changes the subject. It doesn't always happen straight away. Sometimes the person who has been cursed changes slowly bit by bit. It also happens that a normal fellow can cast a curse. Someone whose conscience is clear and who has done good in their life. Such a person can acquire power, and thus the aggrieved can place a curse on the evildoer. Such curses are strong and cannot be removed easily, thus everything by which human suffering is atoned is long-lasting and painful.
Wight's
A ladle.
obsessed. A real collector.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Thoroughbred. Thousands of them here. Wight's been a collector for years.
I'm making a lot of noise right now, huh? It says hide and... No! Damn it. Really wanted to explore further, but apparently that's not what we're doing today. So that's fine. The Wights definitely heard us. Okay, where are we sitting, Geralt? Are we really going to hide in the cupboard? Okay. I don't want to kill it. I think there's got to be a way to not kill it. And that's what I'm going to try to do. But first we nap. It was a crown of spoons. Stinky. Oh, it's going to try and eat, right? And not be able to. Ooh. No, Geralt, we don't want to kill it. I'm trying to lift the curse. What is happening right now?
I'm not gonna hurt you. Wanna help?
My friend.
I've seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it. You tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest.
I am watching with bated breath. Oh, they gave me a chair. You wanna sit
Just
with
need a
me?
bit for Regis.
Oh.
And now we'll tend to you.
Oh
get this right. Words of the curse were, "None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror." Need to get this right. Spy your reflection in the mirror.
I have listened to that like 4 or 5 times. My theory is that we have to both eat but not using spoons, because if none shall dine at your table, I feel like a spoon would constitute as dining. No spoon shall satiate you. Well, don't use a spoon then. And you shan't look at your reflection anymore. Well, that's mirrors. So I'm going to say, let's eat not using the spoons. I don't know.
We can't use spoons. No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you, but there's no such spoon. We need to eat without spoons.
Oh, if it doesn't work. Oh, buddy. Oh. Oh, Geralt.
Open your eyes. You need to see your likeness.
Oh! Is it working? Oh.
Think it worked. Just not quite like I expected. Need to see what happened to the Wight. Won't be hard to find given its stench.
Oh, I hope it's okay. Where did it go? Did I actually get it? This is my question. Did I get it wrong and that's why? Or did I get it right? More barghosts. Ow. One moment, I'm just going to defeat this. Never mind, it's running away from me. Never mind, okay. Oh, oh! Why are you with Roach?
Shh, easy. Not gonna hurt you.
Did it work?
Eat. I must eat.
Are you Marlene, perchance?
I'll take you someplace safe.
I think that means I got it right. Corvo Bianco. The guest room.
So I took her by the hand and led her here. Seemed the only sensible place for her.
You did the right thing, sir. She should recover quickly here. Don't worry, sir. I shall see to everything. She is safe here and in good hands. She'll soon be back on her feet.
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over 100 years when I found her.
Horrid. Whatever brought this about?
Gauntro dim. Oh, she was cursed.
Told me her story on the way here. Her name's Marlena. She was once the
Marlena.
very beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate. One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had a bowl and a spoon with him. He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of the custom. An ancient rite of hospitality that obliges one to give food and drink to such a guest lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon oneself.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since
The music.
She adored feasts. He swore no one would ever wish to sit and dine with her. And as
Oh,
she
that's-
even refused him the crumbs from her table, He swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A
That's going to
harsh
redeem.
punishment. I imagine lifting the curse was hardly simple.
Can you hear the music? It's Hearts of Stone, it's Gone to Dim music. I knew it! I'm absolutely going to tell Major Domo everything. He's Basil Fawlty.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony. Always gotta figure out what the catch is. Marlena had spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a wight, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons, and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required?
Simplest solutions are sometimes the last that come to mind.
Especially when
Besides,
Gone to
when
Dim
you're a
is
wight,
involved.
it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I imagine so. But most importantly, it is now over. Please, don't worry. She will be in good hands here.
That's so cool.
Thanks. Gotta get
That's
back to my
so
business
cool.
now. See you soon.
I am now extra glad that I chose to lift the curse, just as an extra FU to Gunter.
Thank you. So tasty. Oh, so good.
Well, I hope that you are kinder to others now. Oh, that was fun! That was so cool. Oh, that makes me happy. Where is... Oh boy, Regis. Is he... He's at the cemetery. Okay. I can't be bothered to ride the whole way there again. So I'm going to take the bus this time. And then take some nice saliva back to Regis, who I'm sure will be very keen on hearing the wonderful story that I have for him. Ooh! At Bellegarde Vineyard, a famous act of poisoning once occurred which took the lives of a large gang of bandits who were ransacking the area. The folk charged with cleaning up the aftermath originally planned to burn the bodies, but one pious soul thought even rotten dung diddlers such as they deserved better. He thus paid for their bodies to be laid to rest in a small cemetery, Mere-LeChaiseLongue. Later, Sir Ramon of Gitchen died a martyr's death here while trying to get rid of the bandits' constantly returning wraiths. That's kind of funny. Can you unlock the front door this time, or do I have to go back in the other way? Oh, it's daytime. Well, 7 in the morning to be specific, but there you go. Carol. Thank you. Can I go this way? I can. Good. Anything fun? No. Can I have a little look around this place before we head into cutscene territory, or... Oh! Antonio Eccles, a giant among men, conveyor of deep thoughts. Understandable. Looks like I might be able to loot and have a look around. That must be the way I came in. Right? I think so.
Someone placed an illusion here.
Yeah, they did.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed. What is this place? A knight's oath. Oh! Here rests Sir Ramon of Gitchen. On my grave you will not find the likeness of the man who once lived. I gave my heart, soul and body to the knightly craft, and I wish to be remembered as a knight. The symbol of chivalry is a naked sword, and that sword rests above me. The sword that defended my honour, my friends, and my heart. The sword that was closer to me than a brother. The sword that was never stained by the blood of an innocent man. Let it rest on this stone through the ages. Cassus Foederis. I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to leave this here, however. Cute. That's really cool. I have a feeling if I loot that, his ghost is going to come back. And I ain't about that. I'm going to leave you to rest, my friend. Oh, I've got that one. I've got that one. I've got that one. Biography of the Vampire Regis from the Quill of Dandelion, which reminds me, we need to go and find, his Dandelion left his autobiography in Anna Henrietta's wardrobe, and I don't know if we'll be able to find that, but I hope we can. Anyway, this might take a while. One of the most extraordinary individuals I have encountered during my numerous adventures at Geralt's side was a vampire known as Regis. To be precise, he was known as Emile Regis Rohelic Terzief Godfrey. But by his own reckoning, he was 428 years old and was the descendant of unfortunate beings trapped in our world during the conjunction of spheres. You are surely thinking, dear reader, about catacans, alps, and other such monsters, and are pondering how it was that the Witcher, who it must be admitted is a slayer of monsters, came to keep such company. I must here explain that Regis was a higher vampire, a creature which physically does not differ all that much from a man. For some reason, I thought this was from the books. It is not. Okay. I can't remember where I was. I must here explain that Regis was a higher vampire, a creature which physically does not differ much at all from a man. Higher vampires are also much more powerful than their wild confreres, and their regenerative abilities significantly outpace those of any else you have encountered or can even imagine. But it is not because of his outer appearances or inner strengths that Regis became our dear companion. True, he could be pretentious and rather pompous in his frequent length perorations, but one would be hard-pressed to find in him the haughtiness usually present in higher beings. Regis valued human life dearly and refused to kill unless forced to do so. As he once confessed, higher vampires do not in fact need to drink blood at all in order to survive. They treat it somewhat as we treat alcohol. A rough grasp of this dynamic might be given to you by the fact that, when we met him, Regis had been abstinent for years. He never revealed to us why he decided to join our search for Ciri. He had never met her before, nor did he live to see her. He died... Didn't he very briefly meet her? Or was that Yennefer? Am I getting it? I don't know. He had never... He died at Stig Castle during the battle against the mad mage Vilgefortz, who was responsible for the whole affair. He died for a cause which he surely did not fully understand, but he did it to defend those who he held dear, and simply because it was the right thing to do. That's why I was crying. I shall always remember him as an rural surgeon reeking of herbs. That is how he came to us during our first encounter at the Fen Khan necropolis, when he treated me and my companions to a fantastic brew he made from mandrake root. Wherever you are, my friend, bottoms up. I would pour one out for Regis, but he's alive! Which I'm definitely not mad about. But also, what the hell, dude? Arcadis Borovic lived to a ripe old age. In fact, he lived so long he died of boredom. There you are, Regis. I was just talking about you and reading about you. So much garlic.
Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from their hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
Okay, that's better.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Helpful creatures, ravens.
Pretty helpful creatures. Calling them often?
I try not to overdo it. But they can be so useful. As they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought.
That's kind of sweet.
Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned the last ingredient, too. What about that?
Has his skeleton got a
might
hat?
prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. And that stands to be very, very dangerous.
Dangerous who for? Everybody else, Geralt.
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
True, but I should be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby will be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
Uh-huh.
All right, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Teshamudna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Ancient vampire estate. What?
Teshamudna. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber.
Oh.
Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire species. Common folk wearied quickly of living in constant fear. They began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Teshamudna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
But what happened to Kagmar? I'm going to say need to prepare. I don't want to go there straight away.
Starting to sound dangerous. Think I better prepare.
I understand completely. Do tell me when you're ready to set off.
Oh, goodness. This, I don't know if it sounds like a good idea. Regeneration potion formula. 8 measures of vervain extract. Leshen Fang. Sankarum Althantra. Broth made of young mandrake shoots. Grind the larger ingredients. Add the smaller ones whole. Boil everything in a bronze kettle using crystal water. Consume the mixture twice daily in half-measured doses. Do not exceed the recommended dosage. My last thought before I succumb to sleep. My last thought before falling asleep. If there is no death, does life exist? Hate is a very interesting feeling. I have noticed that people improve themselves with it to great effect. Sometimes I would like to stop thinking. If we were to create a god as the humans have, what would he be like? People justify bad deeds by good intentions. I'm not sure if there is a greater idiocy. I would drink the freshly squeezed blood of an infant. I know I can't, but I hope that its velvety taste will send me to sleep. I strive to live like a person, and it means that I have ceased to feel good among people as well as among my own. Maybe I made a big mistake. I have always wanted to write. I am very tired and fuck it all. People don't think about the present. They usually remember old times or worry about the future. I have a feeling that my friend Detlef will die. I am sad. This is Regis's last thoughts before falling asleep. Oh. That's sad. That's incredibly sad. right? Can I talk to Regis about anything else?
Regis.
Ah, there you are.
Little expedition starting to...
I understand.
Never mind. Wow. I have a few things I would like to do, I think. Namely, a couple of side quests. In particular, I want to do Master, because I think that'll give us some better gear. And I feel like our gear is in need of an upgrade sometime soon. So I might have an episode, a single video for some other quests. We've got Master. I mean, we've got quite a few little ones. I just feel like it might be a good idea to upgrade everything before we get too deep in the main quest. We also need to, at some point, do a proper exploration video because there's so much. But I'm not sure we're far enough into the main quest to go off and get distracted just yet. But we will, very shortly. I'm really curious how this is going to play out. I am particularly intrigued by this whole ancient vampire estate. Where do we think that is? Because there are quite a few big places. Or maybe it's not in Beauclair whatsoever. But I suppose we'll find out soon enough. I am leaving this one here. I'm very curious. It's been nice just catching up with Regis. I really enjoy the way... I mean, he feels like the Regis in the books. The way that he talks. The way that he goes on a little bit too long. Explains things a little bit too much. It feels really nostalgic talking to him. I'm worried about him. Especially after finding that book of his last thoughts before falling asleep. And being worried about Detlef. When is Detlef going to strike again? Because I know they said it was on... like tradition, days of tradition, right? Surprised we don't have like a, okay, this is the next day of tradition when Detlef is most likely going to strike. There's a lot of strings, a lot of little threads of intrigue that I'm excited to see where they all lead. And that note is where I'm going to leave it. So, I hope that you're enjoying this playthrough as much as I'm enjoying playing through it. Take care of yourself, and whenever the next video is, I will see you there. Bye!